Black Lives Matter? All of you, perfect. So today I'm just going to do a quick overview of what Black Lives Matter actually stands for. Sometimes it gets misconstrued or misinterpreted. So for the organization's sake, I would like to clarify some things for you guys. So Black Lives Matter is a national chapter-based organization that is working for the validity of Black life. They're also working for Black liberation. Black liberation meaning the freeing of African Americans from injustice and bondage, whether it is economic, political, or social. Black Lives Matter is also working to dismantle systemic oppression and institutionalized racism. The organization was actually created by 3 women: Alicia Garza, Opal Tometi, and Patrisse Cullors. You guys are all probably familiar with the Trayvon Martin case back in 2012, correct? Okay, so just a brief overview of the details of the case. So Trayvon Martin was a 17-year-old kid, and he was walking through his neighborhood with a hoodie, and I believe he had Arizona tea and Skittles in his hand. And George Zimmerman, who was a part of the homeowners association in that neighborhood, was patrolling that night. He saw Trayvon, thought he looked suspicious because he says, according to him, he said that he had never seen him before and he looked like he was up to no good. So he calls 911. The 911 operator tells him to hold off on following him, and then the authorities will deal with him accordingly. However, Zimmerman decided not to follow directions of the 911 operator, continued to pursue him, which actually led to a verbal dispute between both of them, and then which subsequently led to according to Zimmerman, a physical altercation, which tragically resulted in the death of the 17-year-old boy, Trayvon Martin. So shortly thereafter, Black Lives Matter was then assembled, and they released this statement, and I quote, "Rooted in the experiences of Black people in this country who actively resist our dehumanization, Black Lives Matter is a call to action in response to virulent anti-Black racism that permeates our society. Black Lives Matter is a unique contribution that goes beyond extrajudicial killings of police and vigilantes." Black Lives Matter was basically saying that Trayvon was posthumously put on trial for his own murder instead of Zimmerman, who was in fact his killer. If you guys are paying attention to media, a lot of times they did focus on his background and things he did as a kid rather than George Zimmerman. So here's another quote from Black Lives Matter, and I quote, "Black Lives Matter is not a moment, but a movement," which leads me to my next point. I bet you guys are familiar with the controversy that is surrounding Colin Kaepernick, the NFL player, right? So he decided that he was going to kneel during the national anthem in response to the string of police killings that have been going on in the country. And he's received a lot of criticism from fellow athletes, the media, and he's also received some harsh criticism from fans. So his response to that was that he was actually exercising his right to freedom of speech. A lot of people said it was unpatriotic, un-American, and also he was disrespecting veterans. But on Twitter and Facebook, there was a hashtag trending that said Veterans for Kaepernick, basically in support of him. And they were basically saying, although even if you don't agree with his stance, he does have the right to protest. And we do fight for his right to protest. So Colin was actually recently quoted saying, "I don't understand what's un-American about fighting for liberty and justice for all. At least 1,000, unquote, at least 1,000 Black Lives Matter demonstrations have been held in the past 2 years. So in closing, I would like to give you the official meaning of Black Lives Matter according to the Black Lives Matter website. When we say Black Lives Matter, we are broadening the conversation around state violence to include all of the ways in which Black people are intentionally left powerless at the hands of state. We are talking about the ways in which Black lives are deprived of our basic human rights and dignity. To conclude my presentation, I would like to show you guys some visuals. Some of these were taken within the past 2 years, while others were taken in the 1960s around the Civil Rights Movement. And I'm basically just going to show you guys, I'm going to pass these around so you can get a closer look, and then you can kind of compare and then try to figure out which ones were actually taken in 2014, 2015, 2016, or back in the 1960s. And that concludes my presentation for today. Do you guys have any questions? No? No?
No.
All right, thank you guys for coming.
Oh, wonderful, Jasmine.
Thanks, guys.